So when all else fails and it's just you, your car, and the situation, none of your car security devices can do anything. CarLock isn't going to be able to do anything for you. Apple AirTags isn't going to be able to do anything for you. Uconnect isn't going to be able to do anything for you. It's you, your car, and a potential life or death situation. Somebody may be trying to rob you and steal your car, or just rob you personally because of your car. What is the last resolution? What can you turn to? We're talking gun ownership in this video, guys. I didn't want to have to do it, but we got to. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in a car that makes us a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's talk. I didn't want to have to make this video. You know, I'm a gun owner, multiple guns actually. But I didn't want to turn this into a gun channel because I know in the day and age that we live in, that's a very divisive topic, and some people are on the left and some people on the right. I support it. Gun ownership, 2A, Second Amendment, whatever you want to call it, I do support it. I carry a firearm every single day. Let me just give you a rundown of my setup. So I just bought a Glock 19 2 weeks ago for my birthday, and I'm in love with it. Like, it is my baby. Prior to owning it, I owned a Smith & Wesson Shield 9, and that was my concealed carry. I had my concealed carry permit, but I wanted a bigger gun for a bigger grip and also wanted more ammunition, more rounds. You know what I'm saying? The Shield only carried, I think, 8+1 or 9+1. I think it's 8+1, even with the extended mag. And obviously the Glock carries 15+1, 16 rounds. Like, if you can't do it in 16, you don't need to own a firearm, period. But so let me give you my setup. This is my setup. This is my nighttime setup, right? I say nighttime in the sense that during the night or at night, obviously I don't have my Glock box here. I just wanted to show you that it is a Glock, official Glock 19 or whatever. At nighttime, I carry my firearm right here in the cup holder, like right here. I used to have something that I could stick my gun to in my V6, but for some reason this type of material doesn't allow for you can use like 3M, and I'm not drilling into my car, so I just keep it right here. This kind of, for me, just works because naturally my hand is always here. For some reason I have my hand on my gear shift as if I drive a manual. You guys have called me out on that, but my naturally my hand is always here. So at nighttime I'm here. I used to stick it in between the seats, but sometimes it'll fall forward and I couldn't imagine that. So I keep it right here in my cup holder. This is my nighttime carry. During the day, however, I keep it right in there, out of sight. Because obviously, you know, you go into fast food spots, Chick-fil-A, you don't want to scare the public, and you got people you're picking up, my mom and my dad. I don't want to scare them, but that's my daytime carry. But at nighttime, when things get crazy, I'm right here in the cup holder. And I also carry a spare magazine. Don't think your boy's weird. I just do. I always carry a spare magazine because you just never know what you're going to get into. I got this little case from Amazon, little cheapo thing, but that's my carry right there. Glock 19. You already know what's going down. I think some of you guys are going to ask. This is a Talon grip. This is the granulated material. I don't like the leather. I like this. This is that skateboard. So if you ever used to skateboard back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. It's that material. It gives you a great grip on the gun itself. Like, it never slips out. And then of course I carry my Kydex holster, so the trigger guard is completely blocked off. There's no accidental fires, anything like that, because I do conceal it. But anyway, you know, like I know, these cars, you know, attract a lot of attention. Some of that attention is good, some of it is bad. Let me make sure you guys are seeing me here, brighten you up just a little bit. Bad. Yeah, so some of that attention is good, some of it is bad. Let's just be honest here. I've seen videos recently of people being robbed for their car. I mean, and even in broad daylight, being robbed for their car being snatched, them being thrown out somewhere, beaten, something like that, wild stuff. I just saw something recently, we talked about this, where the 12, 13, and 14-year-old pulled up to a dealership, stole Hellcats, went on the police chase, obviously got caught. I saw another video of a TRX that was just taken from a guy. He was robbed at an intersection. They took it from him. I showed you that video of the car in the intersection a while back. It was a Charger, and they bumped into him at the intersection. He got out of the car, and as soon as he got out, so did they, and they essentially beat him, shot him, stole this car. Well, I got a little story. Nothing crazy like that, but it's a little story, and it's what prompted me to make this video. Because I'm always seeing you guys in the comments, because, you know, I always talk about CarLock. Shout out to CarLock. I always talk about Uconnect. I always talk about Apple AirTags. Those are preventative maintenance, preventative methods of protecting your car. You know, when your car is in the garage, when your car is sitting outside somewhere, somebody bumps into it, you get a notification. Somebody tries to break in the window, you get a notification. If somebody actually successfully steals it, you can GPS it and locate it at all times with those devices that I just mentioned. But what happens when it's you, your car, and the situation's right in front of you? So last night, I believe it or not, I went and got gas late at night. Stupid, right? Went to Shell. This is up in Mooresville. So if you're in Charlotte, you know where I'm talking about. Mooresville, there's this little gas station off in the cut that I like to go to. It's a Shell. I obviously get that V plus power because I don't put anything else in this car. But it was about, once again, stupid me. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it had already gotten dark maybe 30 minutes before, but it was pretty much dark. Pulled up to the gas station in my damn Charger. Nobody was there. It was just me, so I'm cool. I always get gas like on the far outside gas pump, you know, and the far outside in the back. Or no, I was in the front. So the far outside in the front, because, you know, there's one, boom, and then boom, 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 you know, and I was on the far right. So I'm by myself, whatever the case may be. Old Chevy Impala pulls up. Not old like the old box Chevys, but it was like a 2008, 2009 body. It pulls up. 4 guys in the car. They were getting gas maybe 2 stalls over, 2 pumps over, if that makes sense. So they're on the inside or right in the middle of the gas station getting gas. 4 of them, like I said, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. I'm sitting there pumping my gas. The way that I've got my car positioned, and I do this all the time, late at night, even when I'm getting gas during the day, I always take my gun and I just put it on the seat. I don't even have it on my waist. I have it on my seat. And I've got the door in between me and the gas pump. So if you can imagine, I've got the door open. I'm standing right here, and I've got the car protecting my back, I've got the door protecting my front, and then the gas is pumping, right? And that's what it was in that situation. Go ahead and go off. So that's what it was in that situation. So I've got the door, me in between the door and the car, and then the car, of course, the car behind me. Then I've got my gun right on the seat. My tent is so dark you can't see anything in my car, so you can't even see the gun on my seat. Got the gas pumping or whatever. All 4 of the guys get out, immediately looking right at me. Right at your boy. Now, granted, you know, I have people come up to me all the time, you know, subscribers or whatever, showing love to the channel, showing love to the car, or people that don't know me at all, but they just, you know, see a nice car and they want to show love to it. That's cool. And they do that and they keep it moving most of the times. Well, in this particular case, 4 guys got out. 2 of them walked in to the gas station, and the other 2 stayed back. The driver and the passenger stayed back. And they keep glancing over at your boy. Like the 2 that walked in the gas station were clearly turned around looking at me as they were walking forward. And the other 2 that stayed back to pump the gas, of course, one dude was pumping the gas. They just kept looking. And, you know, I'm not getting nervous or anything like that. Like I'm not skittish or anything like that. But it was one of those things where if it had to happen, I was protected. Obviously, nothing happened in that situation. I'm alive. I'm sure they're alive. They made it home. So did I. But it was one of those things where in that situation, I immediately realized that all of these little car security devices means nothing when it's you, your car, and the situation in front of you. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff means nothing. Those are preventative maintenance methods. Those are preventative methods to keep people from stealing your stuff, or if they do steal it, you can track it down. But what happens when it's you in the situation in the middle of it? Normally when I make these theft type videos and stuff like that, you know, a lot of you guys will comment, you know, about guns and stuff like that, and I look over that. You know, I try not to feed into that because I don't want to make this channel about that, and, you know, I don't want to put that out there. But you got to be realistic. And that was one of those situations where having a gun didn't even come in handy because obviously nothing happened, but it did make me feel much better, you know, because I have an extra magazine, I have the firearm itself. But it was one of those things where if something did happen or were to happen, I could protect myself, you know? And that's kind of what I'm recommending to you guys, is that when the car security devices no longer serve a purpose, CarLock, Uconnect, Siri, Apple, you know, AirTags, whatever you're using, you got to have something else. And I'm a huge proponent or component of gun ownership. I'm not one of those crazy gun nuts and nothing wild like that, but you just have to realize the day and age that you live in, the types of car that you drive. You're sitting on a $60, $70, $80,000 muscle car, sometimes $100,000. You know, these cars are really hot in the streets. People love to look at them. Everybody knows what they are when you see them a mile away. Me personally, I'm the only person that I know that has a wide body Charger with a single stripe. So if you see that, you know it's me. So if you wanted to do something to me, all you would have to do is look for a black wide body with the red single stripe, and you got your boy. For you guys, it's the same thing. Charger, Challenger, SCATPACK, HELLCAT, their cars are loud, audibly loud as far as the color is concerned as well. These cars stand out. People get robbed in these cars every single day. These cars get stolen every single day. They get broken into every single day. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. I thank God that it hasn't, and I pray to God that it doesn't. But it can. Car security isn't going to do anything. That's when owning something to protect yourself serves a purpose. Now, like I said, you can use my methods. I know a lot of guys that ride with their gun right there in the passenger seat. I know guys that ride with it in between the seats. And then, of course, I know crazy guys that ride with it like myself when it's just in a cup holder. I only ride at nighttime with it in a cup holder for obvious reasons. You know, you may not see where the thread is coming from, and you just need to get it and go. During the day, I keep it in the glove compartment, out of sight, out of mind. I always lock the glove compartment when I walk away from my car. I mean, that's just my bad habit, but I do, because if somebody breaks in and they're not even interested in stealing your car, but if they break into your glove compartment, or if your glove compartment's wide open, they may get sensitive information. You know, where you live, first and last name, whatever information you got in the glove compartment, insurance, stuff like that. And then before you know it, they're at your house later on that night because they know where you live. So I always recommend locking your glove compartment box when you walk away from your car. But getting back to the story at hand, obviously I'm fine and the other guys were fine, but it was one of those things where, you know, I always see you guys in the comments talking about gun ownership and carrying a firearm and protecting yourself, and I agree with that 100%. I mean, real talk, I do. I was just at the I was just at the shooting range the other day. Shout out the Point Blank Range in Matthews. If you are in North Carolina, Charlotte area, Mooresville, Concord, Matthews area, you need to go to Point Blank Range. $21 to shoot all day long. Like literally, I went in there they opened at 10. I went in there about 11:30. I shot from 11:30 to about 1 or 12:30 actually. Emptied out all of my guns, pistols, AR, all that stuff. And they was like, hey, listen, if you want to go get something to eat and come back, the bay is still yours. And it's still $21 all day long. You can't beat that anywhere. As long as you got your own eye equipment and ear equipment, it's $21. That's a steal. But anyway, I went in there, shot my gun, fell in love with it. This is my carry gun from now on, the Glock 19. It fits on me perfectly. I'm not a real tall dude. I'm like 5'10", 5'11", but I'm, you know, a solid guy, like 250, 265. Right at 265, let's be honest here. So it fits me perfectly. So for you big tall guys, you should have no issues with this fitting on your waist with any issue. Like, I highly recommend this firearm, and I do carry with one in the head. I do trust myself enough based on the type of holster that I got. You can see that the trigger guard is completely blocked off, so there's no possibility for an accident or misfire. And then, not to mention, if you know anything about Glocks, they have that trigger safety on there anyway. So I do carry with one in the head. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, if you're not comfortable with carrying, I get that, but you just need to get comfortable with it, because in a life or death situation, you know, palms are sweaty, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, you're nervous. The likelihood that you're going to be able to pull your shit out of whatever holster you're carrying it in, or from your waist, rack it, get on target, and fire, that's a whole lot of movie magic right there. And I'm not that good to be doing all that. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this ain't, you know, Commando. So I ride with one in the head at all times. So I'm carrying 15 plus 1. And then, of course, I got my extra magazine in case things get really spicy. But like I said, guys, you know, after car security has done its best to protect you in the car, you have to protect you, you know. And that's where firearms come into play. Obviously, I condone doing it the legal way. I am a concealed carry holder. I keep my shit up to date. I abide and comply with all of the laws as North Carolina states them, Mecklenburg County states them, Charlotte states them. But I highly recommend that you guys do the same, because when you're driving this car, you are literally driving a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 target, you know. And the first thing that guys like us do is we customize our cars to make it ours. So if somebody has a problem with you specifically, all they got to do is look for your car, and then it's a problem. Or if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you pull up to a gas station, an ATM, a restaurant, a movie theater, a mall late at night, and you know you're pulling up in a HELLCAT or a SCATPACK or something wild like that, making all that noise. People know who you are. People know what you're doing, so it's no surprise. But this will probably be the last type of video I'll make like that, unless you guys like gun type videos, because I go to the range all the time and shoot all the time. I'm not sure if you guys will be interested in seeing stuff like that. Me and my car club do as well. Me and my homeboy just went a couple days ago. So if you're into videos like that, you know, let me know, and we can definitely add that to the gumbo. But honestly, guys, like I said, just be mindful of what you're driving and understand the day and age that you live in. A lot of people do not care what happens to you. They do not care if you make it home. You know what I'm saying? I saw a situation a couple weeks ago, read about a story where this happened in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Young lady, 48 years old, 2 kids, wife, obviously a mother, on her way to work, 6 a.m. in the morning. She stops at an ATM to get some money out. Car full of guys pull up, they rob her, they shot her, killed her, and then took off. And they said she only withdrew $80. You know what I'm saying? Her life was taken over $80. So if they'll do that to a woman, a mother, a wife for $80, what do you think they'll do to you for an $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 Hellcat? You got to be smart, guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just letting you know what time it is. The world that we live in. It is what it is, guys. But as always, like, subscribe, comment, talk to your boy. Let's have a deep conversation about this, guys. Let's just be honest here. Gun ownership and Dodge Charger and Challenger ownership goes hand in hand. Let's just be real here. But as always, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I've taken up enough of your time. I will see you in the next one. Peace.